This video is going to be a little bit different because I want to talk about something that I've never actually talked about on camera before. Last week, I quit my job. My entire career has been either oil trading with BP or investment banking with Goldman Sachs, and I've walked away from it. It sounds a little bit cringy now that I say it, but I've quit my job to chase my dream, and I really need your help to do that. So if you're new here, I'm Dan, this is who I am, what's coming next, and why I've decided to take such a, frankly, irresponsible risk with my life. So let's rewind a little bit. For the last 15 years, I've sat at a desk in the city. I've been staring at spreadsheets, dealing with colleagues and managers that I fucking hated, and just coming home every day feeling like I was wasting my life. A bit like an existential crisis in a way, because I'd be coming home thinking, well, what am I doing with my life? I'm just a replaceable cog in a machine. And if I don't do this job with these spreadsheets, someone else will. And the only thing that kept me sane for the majority of that time has been running. But around 5 years ago, 2021, I let everything slip. I was overweight and I wasn't running and I wasn't really motivated to do anything. And I was utterly miserable. And what I realized at that time was that my running was almost directly linked to my mental state. When I stopped running, everything else just seemed to go downhill. I would just be low energy, I'd be in a bad mood, and even like not being able to concentrate on stuff. It was just, yeah, it felt strange. And it seemed to be linked to my running. So what I did at that time to try and get myself back on track and just kind of rebuild was go purely back to basics. And I said to myself, right, you're going to plan all of your workouts, you're going to plan your runs, and you're only going to put it in the plan if you're at least 90% sure you can get it done, rather than that whole cycle of aiming too high, being too ambitious, and then just falling off a plan after a few weeks, which I've probably done about 10 or 20 times in the past. I was just said, right, back to basics, 2 25-minute runs a week, easy runs, and that was the whole plan. It was boring, it was not sexy, but it made me feel so much better about myself that I can barely even put it into words, like how much better running regularly made me feel. And that's kind of what triggered the thing that has actually become the cornerstone of my own coaching for the last 5 years, is that running isn't just a fitness thing. It's an agency thing. It gives you back this sense of feeling of control over yourself, even if everything else in your life is spiraling horribly. If you can control your running and you can see the numbers and stats and just see some form of improvement, and you're able to go out and get things done and just remind yourself that you can do a hard run, you can get through everything else in life. And just having that super, super basic plan, giving me that sense of control, improved every single other aspect of my life. I was happier, I was more confident, everything else felt easier, and it was all because of my running. And bear with me because I am getting to the point here. I'm not just going to talk about myself forever. But after that, I thought, you know what? If this is the impact that running's had on my life, I could help other people have the same feeling. So I buried myself in books. I got qualified as a run coach. Then I got qualified as a strength coach. And then as a nutritionist, I like learning, if you hadn't already guessed. And I started bringing all that knowledge together and I started coaching other runners on the side. So I'd do that on evenings and weekends. I'd do it around my day job. And so for the last 5 years, I've watched people change in front of my eyes. And it's not just their race times, it's the way that they've talked about themselves and the newfound confidence that they had and the fact that they would sign up for things that they would never, ever have considered before. And a great example of this is my friend Hannah. I'm sure she won't mind me talking about her briefly, but she went from running sort of 35-minute 5Ks, kind of running on and off, like not feeling that confident in it, not enjoying it that much, and kind of feeling like she had to run just to stay fit, to then just suddenly getting into that consistent rhythm and following a similar pattern to what I did 5 years ago, and really falling in love with it, developing that passion for running and watching it change in her eyes and hearing it in her voice, like the comprehension and the understanding of actually running can add to your life rather than just drain your energy, is like that feeling is worth more than any amount of money that investment banking could ever pay me. So I quit. So now what? What does that mean? Well, I'm unemployed now, so I have plenty of time on my hands. And I'm going to use every single bit of that time to help as many runners as I possibly can. So, objective one is help as many people as possible. Now, you'll see a link in the description to book a free 30-minute strategy call with me. I'm not going to give you some big sales pitch and try and sell you coaching. We're just going to get on a video call, talk about where you're at with your running, and solve whatever problem you've got that is keeping you stuck right now. And then, of course, objective two is going to be coach enough runners to be able to keep the lights on and not get thrown out of my own house, which is where I'm taking a little bit of a risk, but I'm hoping and praying that it's going to work out. So if our call is helpful and you do want to work together, I can design your running plans, send them straight to your watch, build you tailored race strategies, nutrition strategies, write your strength and nutrition plans, and basically take all of the thinking and the stress out of it for you so that you can just show up and run. But if we solve your problems on a call and you decide you never want to speak to me again, that is okay too. There is no obligation, no sales pitch, no nothing. So yeah, that is where we are right now. As of today, I'm a full-time coach / unemployed. I'm actively building a client base from scratch, and I'm going to be completely transparent about that because honesty matters. I'm not going to pretend that I've coached thousands of runners for the last 20 years and I'm this expert elite professional. I'm not. I'm an above average runner who absolutely loves learning and who has built up a lot of knowledge and 5 years of helping real people get real results and a mathsy analytical brain that means I can go through your training data, figure out where we need to improve, and just give you the information you need to make your running get better and better and better. So hit the link in the description to book your free strategy call. There is, like I said, no sales pitch, no pressure. I just want to make sure that running is a source of joy in your life rather than a source of stress. Also, regular videos are coming back, by the way. It's just this whole quit my job and upend my life thing has somewhat distracted me for the last few weeks, but we're back on a regular cadence now. So you're going to see more videos start dropping. So even if we never speak to each other in person, still plenty more content coming your way. And if you're new here, then make sure you're subscribed and I will see you in the next video.